Hey guys, welcome back to the Zero Excuses podcast. My name is Kenyon. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Typically on Tuesdays we release an interview episode, but we are pushing that to Thursday this week due to a scheduling hiccup on my part. But we've got a great guest lined up, and you'll definitely want to tune in and catch that show. But yesterday I talked about embracing conflict, and in that episode I mentioned you first have to understand before you're understood. And it really got me thinking last night, and thought I'd take a step back with this episode by talking about how to begin to understand what makes you tick. What are your core values? What are your principles? We spend so much time worrying about external things that we don't take the time, even just a little bit, for ourselves, and end up settling for whatever comes our way and never pursue anything that's important to us. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to go over a few ways that I've come to know myself better over the past few years, and how I continue to do this every single day. You know, this falls right in line with the theme that we're talking about here in relationships. But here's a few of the ways that I use on a day-to-day basis to get to know myself, so that I develop a relationship with my inner workings. The first is meditation. You know, a famous scientist from the 1600s, Blaise Pascal, said once that all of humanity's problems stem from one's ability to sit quietly in a room alone. So what that tells me is that if we can tune out all the bullshit, if we can tune out all the external factors in our life and look inward and decide for ourselves what we want, we're going to set ourselves up for success. And this shit ain't new, folks. This is something that people have been doing for a long time, yet this is something that has been given a very new agey or very woo-woo type of practice. But how I like to meditate is I take about 5 to 6 minutes to do this every single day. Is I sit down and I box breathe for 2 minutes. Then the next 2 minutes, what I do is I repeat a mantra that I decide that I want to prime myself with for the day. This varies from day to day, and it's something that I know is going to get me through tough situations that I anticipate in encountering during my day. And then my last 2 minutes is I visualize something from my vision, something that is very powerful. For example, this morning, I visualized hanging out at the beach with my family. So that's kind of the quick down and dirty on my meditation routine. That's just one way to do it. There's many different apps out there, Headspace, Calm, and there's different techniques as well. So I encourage you to look into this and try something and implement something that's going to work for you. The second piece of advice that I want to give to you if you're looking to get to know yourself on a deeper level is that it's going to take effort. It's going to take conscious effort, which is why, number one, meditation is so important. You also have to ask yourself some very, very good questions, some critical questions, and do it often, and do an after-action review of your day. So you have to ask yourself, why did I act a certain way? Why did that make me feel angry? Why did that make me sad? And start to dissect why things make you feel certain ways. Other good questions that you might want to ask yourself on a more broad scale could be, what's the first thing that I'd do if I had $1 million? Maybe book a vacation, or would you donate some money, or would you pay off debt? Would you invest it? Those things will tell you a lot about what you value. And the other technique that I like to use is to journal. Putting your thoughts on paper, being able to see it in black and white, and putting the effort into writing it down creates that neural between your hand and your brain. And the third and last point that I want to make about getting to know yourself is, we've talked about this before, have a compelling vision for yourself. I really think that this is key in what drives me, and it really helps me decide what I say yes to and what I say no to, and not feeling guilty about it either. Knowing what drives you, knowing where you want to go, it will really, really help to align your decisions, and your actions will either support your vision or they don't. So that will, like, things become so much more black and white when you have a compelling vision. So that's what I have for you guys today. Just a couple quick reminders before I sign off here. First is don't forget to head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and leave us a review over there. While you're at it, also, if you know a friend or family member that will get some tremendous value out of listening to the various topics that we talk about here, please share the show with them. Second reminder is if you want to get involved and actually put into practice what we're talking about here on the show, there's a few different ways that we have for you to do that. First is our free closed Facebook group over at facebook.com/groups/zeroexcuses. Second option is you can join us in our Infinite Results Mastermind group over at kenyonziska.com/results. Inside our mastermind, we've got a bunch of guys that are putting into action the various things that we're talking about here. They've got the accountability, they're building the discipline that they need to reach the goals that they want to reach in life. And the third option is if you want that one-on-one attention, I have a few slots open in my one-on-one discipline coaching program. That's by application only at kenyonziska.com/discipline. Over there, you'll be able to fill out a short survey and have the opportunity to schedule a 1-hour consultation with me to see if we're a good fit to work together. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and I will talk with you again soon.